Warning: this video review involves an anime series that involves fan service. Fan service is a process which involves anything of a sexual nature, including panty shots, breasts, and occasional brief nudity. If you're either a feminazi, an overprotective mother, a member of the Winger Dingers, a brony, or a John Cena fan, please, viewer discretion is advised. Thank you. Hey YouTubers, Hankster here, and welcome to our second video series based on Rosario plus Vampire. Of course, this time we're going into Season 2, otherwise known as Capu 2. Now, I don't totally know what Capu means. I don't know if it means season or year, being that we are going into Tsukune's second year on the Yokai Academy, and all. It's pretty much going in the same... each season's going into each year he's in there, so it's kind of almost like what happened with Harry Potter in both the books and movies. They focus on each year that Harry was going into. This time it's going into Tsukune's years in the Yokai Academy, so we'll go on from there. Of course, once again, he's still going through his craziness. Of course, being sought after by Mocha, Kurumu, Mizore, Yukari, and even Ruby. But we do have a pretty interesting list of new characters to focus on, so let's start with that. Now we're going to start off here with one of the lead newer characters of the season. It's Cocoa. Now Cocoa, of course, is Mocha's little sister, her youngest sister, or if you want to be technical, she is her half-sister, being that they both have different mothers. That's now mentioned in the first episode. It's also interesting that she is introduced into the series almost the same way that her sister did. Of course, she meets up with Tsukune in the very same spot that he meets Mocha a year earlier. But unlike Mocha, Cocoa is not a very nice girl. She's very obsessed and to the point of being insane, and doesn't like even a guy to touch her, even accidentally. Pretty much the only thing on her mind is to beat the living crap out of Mocha. Now, we're not saying the whole Mocha, just the innocent Mocha, the outer Mocha that we've all grown to love. The one she really wants to be with is the inner Mocha, the Mocha that she had grown up with, and had pretty much, in other words, almost tormented her until her father decided to put the rosary on her, and of course brought forth the outer Mocha, which of course the roles were reversed, and Cocoa started tormenting her, being that she preferred the inner Mocha, the tough, cold one. Now, of course, we did mention in the last video episodes when we were introduced to Nazo. That's, of course, the bat. He, of course, in the first season was just pretty much like a semi-narrator, giving us little facts and opinions. Well, this time around, we find out that he is none other than Cocoa's henchman, her sidekick. Even shocked the girls when they realized what his true identity was. Now, Nazo is also shown that his character is sort of given a broader range. He, of course, is a shapeshifter. He can shapeshift into just about anything, into various weapons that Cocoa uses to try to get at Mocha and the gang with. And he, at one point in one of the episodes, he, of course, goes as far as using his shapeshifting abilities to, let's say, make him popular and even bring some competition to Tsukune. I don't want to totally give any spoilers there. You just have to check out that episode in season 2 to know what he did. And of course, it winds up getting him in trouble at the end too. So, he's just pretty much a goofy sidekick. As I said, his character is broadened to some interesting extent in this new season. Now, speaking of character development, like Nazo, some of the other characters in the show get a more broader look at their characters. Like, for example, Ryukuri, as you see here, has an episode dedicated toward. They have episodes dedicated towards each other, sort of like they learn a life lesson or something like that helps them be more, mature more. And now Ryukuri's episode is where she wishes that she was as old as the other girls, and of course as well developed, maybe even more well developed, so that Skuni would like her better. And that little wish kind of comes true, but does get her into trouble. And she, of course, learns a lesson from that. Of course, Mizore has her own dedicated episode where she, of course, gets some cooking lessons. She slowly developing a talent in cooking to kind of impress Skune. In that particular episode, she's the one that saves the day with her cooking abilities. And also, that's going to be something interesting. I think Ruby kind of has an episode too. Now, speaking of Ruby, unlike the other girls, she is not an official student of the school. She mostly, throughout this season, of course, has sort of taken on multitasking. She does numerous jobs at the academy, but mostly to hide a true task that she has been given by the hierarchy of the school, the director or the headmaster of the school, which will kind of come to fruition by the season finale, near the season finale, kind of almost to the season finale, which will affect Skune and Mocha's relationship as well. Now, I think Kokoa has an episode, but I'm watching the season again, so I don't totally know what her character development episode is, but she kind of demands her own episode through most of the previews and everything, so hopefully, sooner or later. Now, back to new characters for the season. We do get more into family tied-in episodes. Now, of course, we've already met Skune's mom and dad from episode 1, but let's see here. We do also finally meet his cousin Kiyoko. Now, of course, we did hear her voice and have her mentioned in a few episodes of season 1, but we do finally meet her in here, and she's a very inquisitive young girl and does have Skune's best interests in heart, especially when in the episode we do meet her. That's the one where Skune comes to visit for a day. It winds up accidentally bringing along Mocha and the rest of the girls, and they wind up having a big battle. Now, of course, being that they're not really supposed to show their monster sides in the human world, it inadvertently gets Kiyoko in on what the hell's really going on there in that school. And she becomes sort of a pivotal player in the storyline later on. She does find a way to get to the school and tries to figure out what's going on with all these weird goings on. But she's a pretty cool character, so we'll just keep an eye out for her. Now, speaking of families, it's not just Skune's family that we're going to meet up, but we also meet up with the parents of both Mizore and Kuramu. We're going to start off with Mizore's parents, especially her mom, Tsuraya. I don't know if it's Surya or Tsuria. It starts with a T, but it's, like Skune. Skune's name also starts with a T, so I'm not really sure. She, of course, like Mizore, is a snow woman. She, of course, does wear a very modest robe. She kind of looks kind of upper crusty, kind of like a ruler type. And like Mizore, she also does sport of course, the sucker that keeps her body temperature at the right level. And she also kind of has that little stalking edge about her too. And if you see in here, she is introduced kind of hiding behind some desks, looking at Skune. Now, of course, we also kind of meet Mizore's dad. He's Issa. He doesn't really have any much talking points. We don't meet him until later on when the gang goes to the land of the snow fairies. And he kind of has this weird thing about liking to dressing up like a Yeti. So we'll see how that turns out. But mostly the focus is on the mothers when it comes to both Mizore and Kurumu. Now, Kurumu's mom is Agea, as we see here. And as mentioned by Skune, her boobs is even larger and softer than her daughter's. And she's even more, let's say, sexually aggressive than her daughter. She even goes as far as even hitting on Skune herself. Now, we don't really meet, we don't even know if Kurumu's dad is even in the picture, so there's no mention of him. Now, of course, the most interesting thing is that both Sorara and Agea both have history together. They, of course, were rivals when they were in school, just like their daughters are now. They were fighting over a guy they had attracted to. So not only are they in competition involving their daughters trying to get Skune, they, of course, have a long-seated rivalry between each other in their past. Now, of course, we, of course, meet these two during Parents' Day.